Sawadee krap, I'm JP Mestanza, and it's Wednesday, January 24th. Welcome to Phuket Extra, brought to you by pbcphuket.com. A 36-year-old Belgian-Moroccan man working as a DJ in Patong is now facing deportation back to Brussels after he was arrested on attempted murder charges over a case in which he went on a rampage in the middle of a street in Belgium 10 years ago. 36-year-old Akmal Usama was arrested at his apartment in Patong, and authorities here in Thailand say he was arrested on a warrant from the criminal court on a case dating back 10 years in Belgium. Reports say on the night of January 19, 2014, Akmal, during a conflict with his ex-girlfriend, went on a rampage in the middle of a street with a firearm in Belgium. He was later sentenced by a Brussels Court of Appeals to 10 years in prison for attempted murder with premeditation and several firearms charges, but he skipped the country and has been on the run ever since. Authorities in Thailand were alerted to his presence this past December, according to reports, and Phuket immigration officials learned that he had been going in and out of the country several times over the past decade, using both his European and Moroccan passports, and he even alternated between residences in Bangkok, Sisaket, and Phuket. Police say he had been working as a DJ at a nightclub here in the Patong area when he was arrested. He now faces deportation to Belgium to serve his sentence. For more, visit thephuketnews.com. A request for Phuket Town to become a special administration status zone has been put forth by Mayor Saroj Ankanapilas to the Prime Minister, which officials say would allow locals in Phuket to better provide for its residents and further develop the town. Saroj led a delegation to the government house to deliver the formal request on Friday, and in it, he urged the transformation of Phuket City Municipality into a special local government organization. The goal of this designation is to develop local government organizations that are ready and have the potential to be special forms of local government within specific areas, rather than covering the entire province. And so far, about 5 such regions exist in Thailand, including in Koh Samui, Ayutthaya, and the border town of Mae Sot. Essentially, the local government in Phuket Town is looking to not only get more money allocated from the budget in Bangkok, but also for more autonomy in how to use that money. The report highlighted the need for a specialized approach, as the current budget constraints were deemed insufficient to address the many varied challenges faced by Phuket City Municipality in its quest to ensure Phuket Town was developed into a world-class tourist destination. The letter was received by Prime Minister Seta, who in turn promptly assigned the request to Deputy Prime Minister Somsak Depsutin for review. For more, visit thephuketnews.com. The teen hoodlums who were seen assaulting a mentally unstable woman in Sa Kaeo province the night before she was found dead in a pond in another part of the province, well, police are now set to file 11 criminal charges against the teens, with rape charges among them. The case caught the attention of the national media after CCTV footage emerged showing a group of teens aged between 13 and 16 accosting, beating up, and dragging a woman on the street in Sa Kaeo province in the early morning of January 12. The footage, which is several minutes long, shows the group harassing the woman before then taking her body off screen. Her body was discovered later that day in a pond. In the wake of the discovery of the woman's body, her 54-year-old husband confessed. However, footage then emerged which showed the attack from the teenagers, and it was later confirmed that 2 of the 5 accused juveniles are the sons of local police officers. After the CCTV video was revealed, reports say that the husband said he was physically tortured by police, possibly connected to those teenagers, into making the confession. Now, however, top officers from the Royal Thai Police are getting involved with an announcement that police would press charges in all 11 criminal cases against these boys. In some of these cases, police say that adults were the victims, and alleged offenses include rape, murder, molestation, and assault. The exposure of the youth gang's degradations in Sa Kaeo province prompted the launch of a police campaign against young criminals nationwide. For more, visit thephuketnews.com.
Sure that it'll be easier to clear you from my mind. I wish you fall out from a window, take a bad trip to the ground. Ooh. And in the pleasure, see your pressure just before you break a bone.
Former Move Forward Party leader Pita Limjamronrat has survived the media shares case as the Constitutional Court ruled this afternoon, that Pita did not hold shares in a media business when he applied to run for office last year. His status as a member of parliament remains intact. Pita's political future was in serious doubt after the court took up the case last year during the Move Forward stalwart's failed bid for the prime ministership. The court stated on Wednesday that ITV had ceased to be a media organization in March 2007 when the government revoked its broadcasting license for failing to pay concession fees. The 9-member panel ruled 8-1 that Pita did not violate the regulation prohibiting MPs from owning shares in media companies. Pita held 42,000 shares in ITV as the executor of the estate of his late father, their original owner. Pita transferred the shares to relatives last year after the holding was revealed. The judge said in their ruling that even if Pita had held one share, he could have been guilty if ITV was a functioning media business. But they concluded that it was not, despite apparent attempts to prove otherwise. ITV does remain a business entity, but that's only because of a legal dispute that's still ongoing over the unpaid concession fees that were previously mentioned. This whole saga began in July 19 last year when the Constitutional Court accepted a complaint from the Election Commission over this case, and on the same day, a joint House of Representatives and Senate sitting voted to reject his renomination for Prime Minister just a week after he lost his first premiership vote. Now, all eyes are set for January 31st, which is when the Constitutional Court will rule on whether Move Forward Party's policy to amend Section 112 of the Criminal Code, the lèse majesté law, represents an attempt to overthrow the constitutional monarchy, which, if they rule in the affirmative, could set in motion a move to dissolve the party altogether. For more, visit the link in the description. Approval has been given for the 50 million baht budget for Phuket to use on 2 infrastructure projects, as the Prime Minister looks to cozy up to officials from the Andaman coastal provinces like Phuket in order to gain support for the government's land bridge project in the south. Phuket's 2 projects were part of the 13 from various provinces in south of Thailand that were approved, with a combined budget of 350 million baht. Projects in Phuket that were approved include an improvement of landfill areas for waste disposal and construction of a water wall at the Bangyai Canal opening near the Satri Phuket School. All approvals were given during the mobile cabinet meeting in Ranong on Tuesday. The Prime Minister is currently promoting his administration's plan to build a land bridge in southern Thailand meant for international trade as a second alternative option to the Strait of Malacca. It would connect through deep seaports in Ranong on the Andaman coast and Chumpon on the Gulf of Thailand, with the government projecting that Thailand's economy could be boosted with the creation of 280,000 jobs and 1.5% increase in GDP growth rate. However, construction costs would put it at about 1 trillion baht, or about $28 billion US. The approval of 350 million baht government projects was done just before the Prime Minister announced the talks with opponents of the land bridge project would be scheduled. Meanwhile, private projects were also approved, including the expansion of the water distribution system in Sri Sutorn in Talang here in Phuket, and improvement of piers on Koh Yao Yai and Koh Yao Noi in Phang Nga Province. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. We really appreciate you joining us here today on Phuket Extra, brought to you at pvcphuket.com. We'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000 US, and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.